Welcome back to Sniper Elite VR. We're playing the Steam version on an Oculus Quest 2 through virtual desktop. Before we get started, take a minute to click the S in the corner to subscribe. Heading for 10,000 subscribers, and I'd love for you to be one of them. Also like, share, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the video, or the game, or any tips you have for using a rifle stock in Sniper Elite VR. So the initial release of the game had an issue for those using stocks, or it was most prominent for those using rifle stocks, but others experienced it too. Whereas I've gripped the gun with both controllers, I have it in my stock, and we're well lined up, we can make shots. The problem is that when I go to cycle the bolt and place the rifle back in the stock, it's not in the same position. So I'm going to do that now, and how I do that is I let go of my on hand. The stock hasn't moved, just my controller has. I've let go. I grab the bolt, I cycle the bolt. Now, when I go to grip the rifle, just the way that I do it naturally, I don't put my controller back in the stock before I grip it. So I grip the rifle. Now my controller is not in the stock, but I have the rifle gripped. Now when I go to put the rifle in the stock, it actually moves the rifle in-game, so that when it's in the stock, now it's in the stock, which you would think would be the same position it was in the stock before, in-game versus real-life alignment. It's actually not, because I've ratcheted the rifle to the side when I reloaded it. So now to correct this, I've been pointing the rifle up, kind of letting go with both grips, and then gripping again quickly with my on hand to realign it. You'll see that there. Now it's realigned with the stock. We have a good target again. So this functionality still exists. This issue still happens, but what they've done is they've patched it and they've added an option, which I've yet to try out, but if we go to the options, we can see in controls, now there is a controller stock grip option. So I'm going to turn that on, and we'll see how that changes things. So we are locked and loaded. I'm going to put that in the stock. I'm going to put it in the stock that way. Okay, I've had to move the stock a bit over to my left, but we got a good sight picture there. Now I've taken it off to cycle the bolt. I could maybe keep it on and try to cycle the bolt. Let's try that. Grab the bolt back, cycle. I've grabbed the gun again. I've put it back in the stock, and pretty good. Okay, let's see exactly what happens there. Fire. I cycle the bolt. I grab the gun. The gun's kind of free floating now. Place it back in the stock, and I can get a good sight picture again. Now, let's see what happens if I actually hold that sight picture while I try to cycle the bolt. It's tricky, because my controller is kind of hitting the headset. But it looks like it keeps its alignment. So that's much improved. So good on them. So definitely for those using a stock, that's great news. We'll see again that I can take a shot. Oh, I gotta cycle it now. I've let go. It kind of, the alignment goes to pot when I let go with one hand or one controller. But as long as when you grab it back, we're back in line, it's pretty good. And that has to do with your real life controller versus, I think, the supporting grip. That's why the rifle kind of jumps forward or back a bit. Now I have to turn it out to grab the magazine for the Delisle here. Let's put it back. Pretty good. So thanks for that, Rebellion. Looks like a good patch. Highly recommend if you're using a stock to update. This is the Steam version. I'm not sure if this particular option is available for Quest yet, but I'm sure it will be as they roll out more fixes. They seem to be very attentive to the community and the issues that have been raised. So once again, Sniper Elite VR, the Steam version, played on an Oculus Quest through virtual reality desktop. If you haven't already, take a minute to click the S in the corner to subscribe. trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and I'd love for you to be one of them. Like, share, leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about this new mechanic, the new flow for stock, and the new option in the game. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.